a drum and it's gon' slug 'em up. I'ma rock out the whole 30 if you try to buck up, make 'em.
Alright, what's going on in this bitch, man? It's your motherfucker boy Manny. Yeah, hell saying Lucki, Luciano, whatever the fuck you want to call me. Like I said, please don't be misled by my intro. I'm working on getting that fixed. I'm just busy in my real life right now with work and etc. I'm pretty sure the average person know how that go. God damn, I literally just recorded a quick video just so I can keep my consistency up there and just so I'm not having no gap. This is gonna be a very quick short video. Before we even get into the reaction, I think I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna do like anime flow edits before I start any reaction video. I'm gonna react to a flow edit. Back then I used to be heavily into Vine and I used to do edits like these myself, but I stepped out of that world and now I'm slowly stepping back into it, and I still love these and still watch these AMVs to this day. Like, they're golden. So much happens within 10 to 15 seconds or even 8 with just these little edits, and they're beautiful. So with that being said, before we get into the reaction, let's watch this real quick and react to it. Obviously, it just says Lucki, but it's a flow edit, so let's see. Hard. Now, the average, whoever was just watching this probably was like, what the fuck was the point of that? There wasn't no point. It was just us appreciating the edits and the effect and the creativity of this video. With that being said, right to the actual video. Fashion is making you insecure. With that being said, this one statement speaks nothing but volume, because I can't agree anymore. Like, bro, I can't. I've witnessed so many people change their whole average wardrobe that they wear every day to something so trendy in fashion because of what they see on Instagram. That might sound cliche, but it's very true, and it's very fucking frustrating, because it's like, now when you go on Instagram, everybody looks the same. It's just different faces and identities. Let's see what my boy got to say. What's the hype? Fashion is making you insecure.
You've probably felt nervous or embarrassed to wear a specific outfit before. Me too. Stay tuned to understand fashion insecurities and how you can overcome them. Don't judge a book by its cover. Well, unfortunately, people don't really do that. No matter where you go or what you wear, people are going to look at you. And if you're into fashion, they're probably going to take notice of your clothes. Some of you may be thinking, okay. But if you're like me, you can relate to feeling insecure based on your fashion choices. Something as simple as wearing white jeans to school used to make me question my style. Or even more recently, if the military pants I bought...
Yeah, hell no. I made that like a religious belief for me that I would never ever fucking wear white jeans in my life. There's no point of them. They're ugly. They're ugly as fuck. That's the ugliest fucking pair of pants you can ever put the fuck on. I'd rather wear overalls before I ever wear some fucking white pants. I used to hate niggas. I used to wear these angel ass outfits, white shirt, white pants, and white Air Forces. That gotta be the fucking most all-time disgusting fit I've ever could have encountered on social media in my life. White pants are fucking trash. I'm not insecure. Those pants are fucking garbage. No.
Used to make me question my style. Or even more recently, if the military pants I bought made me look like I enjoyed clothes, or if I looked like a threat. Fashion is an easy way we can outwardly represent ourselves and our interests.
That's fair.
So when people dislike or judge our outfits, it feels super personal. I'll explain how fashion constantly contributes to your insecurities. As you may have noticed, noticed from my last video, where you live plays a massive role on what clothing and sneakers you're surrounded by. This idea of location deciding the fashion around you directly correlates to putting...
It definitely, like, bro, depending on what zip code you live in will determine what you wear and who you're trying to impress and what group of demographic you're trying to fit in. That is facts, because niggas in Atlanta and niggas in Cali and niggas where I live dress completely different. Like, and how they dress out there is common, and how we dress out here is not common for them. If I wore something that I wear here in Atlanta, I'd probably be looked at weird or basic. I don't know. It's funny how the world works.
Putting yourself out there. The trends people in New York or LA find common are borderline experimental in my area, and that's really talking about the basics like crop tees, baggy pants, and chunky dad shoes. So you can imagine how much more different it would be to wear items that fall under avant-garde fashion, or even in the streetwear lane of, say, a Yeezy Gap brown jacket. Your location makes it mandatory you ask yourself, are you confident and comfortable in what you wear?
For sure.
Otherwise, catching glancing eyes aimed at deciphering your outfit will pull on those insecurities that tear away your confidence.
That's nice.
I know
The
I
outfit
felt
nice
my
as hell.
style was basic or it didn't reflect enough of my interest in fashion. If you're similar to me, you then search for videos on how to improve your style. The one piece of advice I see everywhere is wear what you like, and it's so simple. But wearing what you like is a lot easier said than done. The main difficulties that come with this are money and confidence. If you think money
Facts.
is...
I've never had a problem with being comfortable with what I want to wear. I've never been insecure. I've always just threw on what the fuck I wanted to wear. The only barrier I used to run into is affording what I wanted to wear, because it's kind of like going vegetarian. When you choose what you want to put in your body and you cut off meat and you try to become a vegetarian, it's literally probably one of the most expensive habits in the world, trying to be a vegetarian. Honestly, being a vegetarian nowadays is expensive as fuck, because now being vegetarian in this modern generation is kind of like a trend. Holy shit, this world is scary. Anyways,
you back from dressing well, that's a huge problem. I know when I was younger and nervous to waste money on clothes, this was an easy excuse for not having a sense of my own style and also buying into fast fashion. If you're just experimenting with fashion and don't know your personal style, that's fine. It's probably a good idea you don't go out buying everything you visually like and then figuring out if it's really who you are. You can immediately slow down your buying by just limiting your spending on trendy pieces. It seemed more important to my style to invest into basics of good hoodies, tees, and vintage jeans.
facts.
So then I had the proper basics to take risks and expand my style once I really figured it out. Besides the monetary reasons I mentioned to not buy trends, it's also important to not buy into trends because they're almost a fake way of buying confidence. Having the latest sneakers is an easy way to get attention, but once your trendy foam runners become uncool, what happens to the sense of confidence you felt when showing them off? What's 100%
That's literally why when it comes to buying Jordans for me, I will never buy a shoe I do not like. Like, I know so many niggas that buy Jordans just so they can add it to their collection. And I've seen so many nice different colorways of Jordan 1s that I liked, but I knew that I didn't like them enough to wear them. Like, any pair of shoes that I buy, I genuinely like. Like, that's why I always get ones. Like, I know that's probably an overrated answer, but Jordan 1s is going to forever be my favorite. Just because I actually have a sentimental connection with that shoe. I fell in love with it after watching Step Up my whole childhood. So yeah, you do the math. Shout out Moose. But yeah, with that being said, that's facts.
Increase my confidence in fashion is exploring my fashion interests and focusing on genuine connections to clothes. For me, exploring my interests meant analyzing what I've liked for years and then digging deep into that. This included watching YouTube videos and reading
I've loved
articles
ones before
to
I even could
understand the
afford them.
history of my favorite styles and brands.
Literally, me and my nigga used to always talk about when we get the right amount of money, we're gonna buy all the ones. We didn't care about nothing else. 1s and 11s. Before we could even afford them. Like, me and my niggas was wearing Vans, and we wanted to get Jordans. We just couldn't afford them. And not that we wore Vans just because we couldn't afford Jordans. I love Vans. I still love Vans to this day. It's just I had to adapt to what I could have access to. And yeah, eventually I could afford it. But yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do in the meantime.
Having this new level of knowledge reinforced my confidence, and the same will happen for you. What's even more fun is focusing on genuine connections to sneakers and clothes. For me, this was finding vintage graphic tees that express my interests outside of clothes, or sneakers I used to want and couldn't afford. It also helped finding style influences and analyzing what works for them. It then feels so much better getting compliments because you know people like your style and taste, rather than the popularity of the item you're wearing. By exploring your interests and focusing on genuine connections, you'll feel more like yourself and in turn, skyrocket your confidence. Let me know any of your personal tips below, and thanks for watching. Peace.
One thing that I used to do in high school, and one thing that got me through high school with finessing every outfit, is wearing white Vans. Like, not white shoes in general, not white Air Forces, not whatever that's white that you can get your hands on, but white Vans specifically, because white Vans are literally an everyday shoe. And they're a shoe people don't pay attention to. Like, I used to wear my white Vans every day, and I used to keep them clean, and I used to put anything together, and it would always come out right. I could wear orange with light jeans, white Vans, look good. I could wear black with a fucking pink shirt with white Vans, look good. Like, anything you could put together, any outfit, and if you throw white Vans on the bottom of it, that shit's gonna come out clean. Facts. You could wear the ugliest colors, and as long as you can align the color contrast between your jeans and your white Vans, the shit's gonna always be clean, bro. Take that tip, bro. Finesse. With that being said, this is a beautiful video. Like he encouraged, do not buy nothing that you cannot create an actual personal connection with. Like, I see so many videos of people that wake up at 9 a.m. on trying to hit shoes on sneakers, not because that they actually want the shoe, but because of the history they know about it and how vintage it is and how old school it is. Not because they like it, but because they know the history. And it's like, what about the personal connection that you have with the shoe? Because personally for me, I don't know any of the history behind any of the shoes that I got besides a few of them. And I can tell you that doesn't mean shit to me, because I know that I have a personal connection with these shoes besides the crazy history behind it or how many times Jordan played in these pair of shoes. Like, I don't give a fuck. I do not care. Like the Bred 11s, I do not care. Like, I just genuinely like that shoe because it's red and black and it looks clean. Like, I don't give a fuck that Jordan wore it in a few games. I do not care. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going now. I just need to get a video out for you guys. And yeah, nigga, I ain't going.
I'm in the Hellcat flying. These little niggas be lying. These niggas be dying.